Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 funny movies about serious issues.
3 weeks from tonight, I will be traveling to Pyongyang, North Korea, to conduct the first globally broadcast interview with President Kim Jong-un.
For this list, we'll be looking at films that find the lighter side of the heaviest topics. Do you have a favorite? Any we left out? Tell us in the comments. Number 10, Good Morning Vietnam.
What is a demilitarized zone? Sounds like something out of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh no, don't go in there.
Oh, hee, oh, Ho Chi Minh.
Loosely based on the real-life experiences of an armed forces radio service disc jockey, this film stars Robin Williams as Adrian Cronauer, who is brought to Vietnam to lighten things up for the troops. Though he's adored by his audience, his brand of humor and affinity for playing rock music causes uptight superiors to try to censor him.
Sir, the man is a walking keg of dynamite.
In the 8 weeks he's been on the air, General, he's disobeyed orders as to style and content. He's read unofficial news. What's he going to be like in 6 months? What's he going to be like when he's 10 times as popular, General?
Despite attempts to silence him, Cronauer is confident in the importance of his voice and refuses to be taken off the air. Through a veil of humor, this film discusses many hot-button topics, including war, censorship, and freedom of the press.
Got some songs going out right now to a couple of guys on the road to Nat Trang. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Mr. O'Malley, you know, the Irish Dolby twins. They're out there. Special song going out to you.
Number 9, Thank You for Smoking. This satire on the dangers of smoking follows Nick Naylor, a tobacco lobbyist for the ironically named Academy of Tobacco Studies.
I earn a living fronting an organization that kills 1,200 human beings a day. 1,200 people. We're talking 2 jumbo jet plane loads of men, women, and children.
It uses dark humor to make fun of the way tobacco companies and other big corporations play dirty to keep themselves in profit. Despite the name of the company, Naylor's actual job is to denounce any research connecting smoking with cancer.
This is Nick Naylor, telling you kids, don't do drugs. Smoke cigarettes.
Humor doesn't get much darker than Naylor speaking with his fellow lobbyists from the gun and alcohol industries, who affectionately call themselves the Merchants of Death, about how many people they kill each year.
My product puts away 475,000 a year.
Oh, okay, now 475 is a legit number.
Okay, 435,000. That's 1,200 a day. How many alcohol-related deaths a year?
Well, does that
100,000 tops?
Or flipping his own near-death experience into a marketing stunt. Number 8, The Interview.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
This action-adventure comedy about tensions between the United States and North Korea was so controversial, it almost sparked a real-life conflict. Making a movie about assassinating a notorious dictator was sure to cause a stir, but we doubt directors Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg expected actual threats of force from North Korea over the movie's release.
You're telling me my man doesn't have to take a poo? Does he have a butthole?
He does not have a butthole. He has no need for one.
Franco and Rogen used their patented style of racy humor and physical comedy in portraying a reporter and his producer who set up an interview with Kim Jong-un, but are recruited by the CIA to assassinate him instead.
Goodbye, day.
Number 7, Dogma.
I am the Metatron.
Don't tell me the name doesn't ring a bell.
This Kevin Smith film takes on Catholicism head-on, portraying the last descendant of Jesus as a counselor at an abortion clinic, and prophets as stoners. After being cast out of heaven for refusing servitude, 2 fallen angels, Bartleby and Loki, are determined to find a way back home.
Don't you think it's time we went home? And to do that, I think we may have to dispatch our would-be dispatchers.
But doing so will disprove God's omnipotence and undo all of creation. Though Bartleby is clearly villainous, he does raise a lot of interesting questions. Why do humans get free will while angels are sentenced to an eternity of servitude? Why are they cast out for one mistake, while God has so much patience and forgiveness for humans?
Heaven became divided into 2 factions, the faithful and the renegades. Oh, the ethereal planes were chaotic with battle, angel against angel.
Number 6, The Big Sick.
We have to put her on a respirator, and to do that we need to put her in a medically induced coma.
Coma.
As if meeting your girlfriend's parents wasn't awkward enough on its own, imagine meeting them in a hospital while she's in a coma right after your nasty breakup. In spite of the unfortunate circumstance, there is just something about Kumail's situation as he tries to bond with Emily's parents that is inherently funny.
I don't play board games, I play video games.
That's the thing. Everybody now needs, Nintendo and the game thing, electronics, $1,000. When I was a kid, piece of chalk and a pavement, and that's your entertainment.
He wrote the film with his real-life partner Emily V. Gordon, based on their own experiences. With this one, you also get a bit of a twofer. It also touches on interracial relationships and religious traditions, as Kumail deals with his parents trying to push him into an arranged marriage while watching over a sick Emily.
And I know Islam has been really good for you, and it has made you good people, but I don't know what I believe.
Number 5. Blazing Saddles.
Send a wire to the main office and tell them that I said, ow!
Send wire, main office, tell them I said, ow. Gotcha.
This iconic Mel Brooks classic follows Bart, a railroad worker who becomes the first black sheriff in the all-white town of Rock Ridge. The townspeople don't take too kindly to his new role, but he eventually wins them over and rescues the town from the villainous attorney general with the help of other marginalized people. This film makes fun of racist tropes and myths about the American cowboy through a combination of raunchy humor, racially charged comedy, and breaking the fourth wall.
Throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give 'em a push.
Number 4. 50-50.
So sorry, I just don't know.
It's a malignant tumor.
A tumor?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
They say laughter is the best medicine. Well, that certainly is the case for Adam Lerner. Written by Will Reiser about his own experiences with cancer, this comedy follows a man navigating life after finding out he has a 50-50 shot of surviving his illness.
Have you ever seen Terms of Endearment?
Mm-hmm. Jesus, Adam, just tell her.
Tell me what? I have cancer.
They may not exactly sound like a barrel of laughs, but Adam's experiences, such as his first time trying medical marijuana, talking to his very green therapist, and shaving his head with his best friend, provide some serious gut-busting humor.
You want to do one? Yeah, can I? Okay, we're going to do it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Plus, the hilarious combination of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anna Kendrick in lead roles make this one a killer comedy. Number 3. Life is Beautiful. Some events are so tragic, they seem to defy the expression comedy is tragedy plus time. And indeed, Roberto Benigni's movie, which largely takes place in a concentration camp during World War II, was somewhat controversial upon release.
Ciao Giosuè. Hai visto? Sei contento? Hai visto che posto, eh? Sei un po' stanco?
Sì, non mi è piaciuto il treno.
Nemmeno a me mi è piaciuto. Allora al ritorno si piglia l'autobus, eh? Oh, noi al ritorno prendiamo l'autobus con le sedie.
In order to hide the truth of what's really going on from his son, Guido Orefice pretends that the concentration camp is an elaborate game. And if he follows all the rules, he'll win a tank.
Bisogna fare 1000 punti. Chi fa 1000 punti vince un carro armato vero.
Guido's determination to protect his son's life and innocence is unforgettably touching, balancing moments of poignancy and humor. Life is Beautiful finds hope and humanity in one of history's darkest chapters. Number 2. Dr. Strangelove.
I have a plan. Monsieur! I can walk!
Stanley Kubrick's commentary on what nuclear weapons can do in the hands of the wrong people still remains relevant today. General Jack Ripper takes it upon himself to launch a preemptive nuclear strike on the Soviet Union. Aided by Dr. Strangelove, a recovering Nazi, the Pentagon struggles to find out how to abort the mission, or at least steer it towards its best-case scenario.
Radioactivity would never penetrate a mine some thousands of feet deep.
And in a matter of weeks, sufficient improvements in dwelling space could easily be provided.
The nonchalant way these men in suits talk about war and destruction and their commitment to petty hostilities in the face of annihilation is somehow just as funny as it is terrifying.
I must confess, you have an astonishingly good idea there, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Great Dictator.
His Excellency has just referred to the Jewish people.
Released before the United States officially entered World War II, this satire on fascism and dictators was extremely controversial. Chaplin plays both an unnamed Jewish barber and the dictator Adenoid Hinkle, who, through a series of weird events, ends up switching places.
And at the back of us are 200 tanks, 50 armored cars, and 500 machine guns. Good. Good.
Though never said explicitly in the film, Chaplin's character is an obvious take on Hitler. Chaplin may have already had the mustache, but the similar name and familiar symbols and gestures don't really leave much to uncertainty. The Great Dictator uses that famous Charlie Chaplin style of slapstick comedy to deliver a profound message.
Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.